Good morning, students. I welcome you all back. That we are going to have the third part of rise of nationalism in Europe. So, the rise of nationalism in Europe, we have seen about the portrait, we have seen about the four reasons why we are being emerging or the Europeans are emerging themselves as a nation state, and today we are going to see about the French Revolution. So before getting into the topic French Revolution, you can recollect what you have studied in 9th standard about the French Revolution. Just recollect for 2 minutes. That you will be recollecting few important points which is being needed for our own classes right now. So if you think you will be getting the idea about the ruler, right? Yes, have you remembered who is the ruler who has been ruling the France and what and all he has brought? So if you see France is the nation which is being expressed or which has been brought as a nation state, which has come into the nation state because of the French Revolution, which was in the year of 1789, which was started in the year of 1789, the French Revolution. And in your 9th book, if you recollect, you will be seeing that outbreak of French Revolution which will be present, right? And in that you might have heard about the word of Liebhardt. Liebhardt is the father nation, and about the Les Citoyens means the citizens. They consider the nation, they call the Europeans call their land as the fatherland, and in India we call the land as the motherlands, right? We equalize towards the women. We give a lot of importance for the women. There it has been given importance for the men's, and the fatherland and the citizens are being considered as the far most important in the formation of a nation state, which they believe. And you might have heard how the rulers were being there at that time, and the peoples were been struggling a lot. There was a lot of misunderstanding which happened between the rulers and the common people. They started demolishing the government properties and other things, you can see. So they have started exploiting the government buildings, and they demonstration and demolished the official palaces and other things you might have studied in 9th standard. So here we will see how this nationalism has been raised. So this nationalism has been raised through or by the dissatisfaction that arose among the peoples. So they were not satisfied with the ruler. They are not getting any kind of benefits from the ruler who is ruling it. So that is the first reason. And the common peoples who are in the street side and the other areas were not being given any kind of benefits or any kind of development is being attained by them. Instead, they were being concentrating on the other aspects like improving their own kingdom, extending their own kingdoms, and lot other things were being done by these peoples. You see, this French Revolution might have studied about Jacobin clubs. Do you remember this Jacobin clubs? It is a secret society which was being started by them. Right? They will have their own uniform. Just imagine, just close your eyes and think. We have the picture in the 9th standard chapter itself, right? So they will have a separate uniform of their own where they secretly started working against the ruler or against this administration that is being done by the ruler. And here you will be knowing it. They called all the estate members to have a meeting, right? Yes. So in that area you can find the first estate people were being made to sit in this order. Second estates were being arranged in the oval shape, but the third estate people were not given consideration. They were made to stand around the areas, and women were just made to stand outside of the room and just be and spectate her, just to stand out and see what is happening. They don't have any right in participation. And similarly we have seen the people who are being working, the peasants, are being classified as passive and active members. Passive members means like they were who will pay tax, and passive members means who will not pay tax, and active members are the who will pay tax of their own wages of 3 days. and then they will have the right to vote. And in the common meeting where they were being gathered, you know, they did not, their demands were not recognized, so they boycotted the meeting and they entered into an tennis court in Villas, right? So there they have arranged themselves and they seated and they formed their own constitution, which is known as the National Assembly. And in that National Assembly they have reduced the or limited the power of the king, and the National Assembly members are directly elected by the common peoples, particularly the peoples who are being active. So they will elect the National Assembly members. That is how it has been, the constitution has been changed, and this constitution has reduced lot of power of the kings. And the king was disappointed, right? Because his power was being reduced, even though he was made to forcefully accept the constitution. But he had a secret alliance with the Persian king, and through which he destroyed the National Assembly. Finally he stopped. And even though we can find that he suppressed the National Assembly members, they are still alive, still active, and they formed their own national flags with tricolor, the tricolor national flag, which has been developed by them. And this tricolor flag is represented for their own independence and freedom. Then you can also see that the General Assembly has also reduced or has lost its power. We can say that it has lost its own power, which was not even existing at all, where we have only the National Assembly which can be running throughout. And the constitution has made the centralized system of administration. Centralized system, so you only one person, one leader who will be the common head for everyone. He also should be elected by the National Assembly members. Only then he can become the president. So that is how they have made their own administration and their own constitutions. And you can also find that they have made the uniform system of weight and measurement was also developed by the French after the revolution. Then they have also utilized their own revolutions. So we even got inspiration from France, that it has become an independent nation. Why can't the other nations become an independent nation? So they got a recognition everywhere. They got a recognition directly, and this recognition was being an encouragement or a boosting factor for the others. So you can see that this is how the French Revolution was being started, and this French Revolution has continued, and finally the French has got formed a nation state. Yes, so the nation state of France has been formed completely, and they got a proper administrator who will be elected through the National Assembly. Still they have National Assembly which is existing for France. So again, a quick recap of French Revolution. This French Revolution started in 1789, and we call the land as les part, the fatherland, and the citizens as les citoyens, as the citizens are considered as important and the land is the main aspect behind. We have seen about the ruler who is inactive, who is not performing his own work properly, then because of which the people wanted to overthrow the king and bring a new form of government, where they were disappointed and showing their own disappointment in the common areas by destroying and demolishing the government properties. When this is happening, they were being called for the common meeting, where their demands were not recognized, because of which they started forming their own nation states. So this nation state has reduced the power or limited the power of the king, and it has given lot of power towards the National Assembly members, who are directly elected by the common peoples, who are active in members of the nations. So that the king has disappointed, but even though he was forcefully made to accept it, and he had a secret alliance with the Persian king, and further when coming, he has suppress the power of the National Assembly, but still the National Assembly is performing its own supreme power, where they have designed their own flags with the tricolors, and they developed their own constitution, and in which they have the centralized administrative system, and in which they have also brought the uniform measurement and weight for the common peoples to utilize and benefit. So this is what is about the French Revolution, students. Just go through this content and write the 5 points as the homework for today. Thank you, students. Bye.